Hello, good day. My name is Rendra Gunasekar. For the subject requirements, engineering and software design, we choose blood donation system for this subject. Let me explain about group members. So there are 5 group members in my team. First, myself, Surendra Gunasekar, and my team members are Pujisik, Prakash Gopi, Srimathin Subramaniam, and Dinesh Selvaraju. Let's talk about the stakeholders. The first stakeholder that we choose for this blood donation system is donor. Second is the nurse, and the third is the doctor. So let me explain about the first stakeholder, which is donor. So donors are individuals who voluntarily donate blood to help others in need. Their primary role in the system is to get updates and provide blood donation, which are crucial for various medical treatments, surgeries, and emergencies. By donating blood, donors contribute to saving lives and improving the health outcome of patients. So why we choose the stakeholders of donor is, as we know, we already create a blood donation system, and the source of the blood is, of course, the donor, and they are the primary role for this. So that's why we choose donor is our primary stakeholder. Next, we talk about interest in the system. And first and foremost is the convenience, easy registration, user-friendly interface, appointment scheduling, location, and time options. These are the most basic things that should be have in the system. And second thing is information alerts. It will be donation opportunities, timely alerts and notifications, update on donation history. And third thing is the feedback and follow-up, which means the feedback on donation experience, transparency and accountability, recognition and appreciation. So what I'm really wanted to tell is, so just because we are creating a blood donation system, the system should be very convenient for them. So for easy registration, should have a user-friendly interface with some graphical user interface, those things all. And also we are updating with appointment scheduling, which means the donor can make an early appointment, early booking. So when they want to come and which place they prefer, so that they can do an early booking, so means they not have to make a queue during the blood donation. Second is information alert, as I mentioned just now. So it will be have a donation opportunities. It will update where is the blood donation is happening and what's the time, and also it will give a notification sound to alert the donor when they can go to the blood donation system to donate their blood. And also they have updates on donation history. That means a person should have only can donate blood 6 months once. So let's say they want to donate blood in early means they can open the app and they check when was the last date they did the blood donation. So the last thing is feedback and follow up, which means whatever the issues they face or any pro and cons about the application or anything about the blood donation sector, they can feel free to update that. So these are the interest in the system, information alert, feedback and follow up that we designed for the donor.
Hi, I'm Simon and I will talk about stakeholders of doctor. The roles of a doctor is primarily role to ensure safety and effectiveness of the blood transfusion crucial for the patient care. They provide a safe and efficient blood transfusion to the patients, and they also have a responsibility to ensure the steady supply of blood and the blood product to meet patients' needs. Then next, we will see the interest in system for the doctors. First is timely access blood. In timely access blood, the doctors needed an online request submission to request the blood they needed, and automatically notification which will allow the doctor to know the blood to arrive when it will arrive and everything, and real-time tracking to know the location of the blood, where it is stored and where will it be arriving. Second is quality and safety insurance. In quality and safety insurance, the doctors will need a donor screening, which is the information of the donor, the medical histories, and their blood test. So they also needed the blood test outcome to need the information whether the blood is safe to consume, safe to use in blood transfusion. Then we look at the operation effectiveness. In operation effectiveness, the doctors needed automated inventory tracking to track the blood stored in the storage at the hospital. If the blood increases, they need to restock the blood as fast as possible. And they also needed real-time blood availability updates. If the blood increases from the storage, they need to know how many quantity they have in the storage and need to order the blood from the blood bank. And fourth is regulatory compliance and documentation. This is where doctor needed to keep the regulatory standards and need to document and record keeping everything they needed. Record keeping is for keep a full report of the blood they have taken and how many bloods they have transfused and also what type of blood they have used.
And today I'm going to talk about stakeholder nurse, their roles and the interest in the system. First role of nurse is to register the donor. Nurse are responsible for registering donor into the system. Next is pre-donation screening. They conduct pre-donation screening to ensure donor meets the eligibility criteria. Third, donation process management. The nurse will help the hospital to help other doctors to manage the donation process. Next is post-donation monitoring. Post-donation monitoring, after donation, nurse will provide a care and monitor donors for any adverse reaction. Post-donation advice, nurse will give advice on post-donation care, including hydration and activities restricted to the donor. Interest in the system for stakeholder nurse. Streamline process. Streamline process. Nurse need a system that simplifies and speed up the registration and screening process, reduce paperwork and minimize wait time for the donor. Next is user-friendly interface. User-friendly interface and intuitive and easy-to-use interface is important for quick data entry and retrieval. Next is quick access to the records. Nurse require a quick and easy access to the donor's record, such as medical history, data, donation, like previously how much they donate or blood or anything related to the donor. Up-to-date information. Nurse need up-to-date information, ensuring donor information is current and accurate. Next is automated reminder for follow-up appointment. Health alerts notify the donor about health issues. Eligibility consent allow nurse to address potential problems proactively. Confidentiality, nurse are interested in ensuring donors data is to keep confidential and secure. Secure access, a system should have a secure access control to prevent unauthorized access to sensitive donor information. Thank you.
My name is Kulisik. Today I will explain about allocation techniques. So basically, there are two allocation techniques that we are using for our system design. I will explain about questionnaire. So the reason we bring questionnaire is for scalability. Basically, questionnaire allow efficient input gathering from a large number of stakeholders. And throughout the research paper we got from paper 5 and 6, is that scalability refers to the ability to handle growing work and increasing data volume. So no matter how many stakeholders that we got and increasing rapidly, we still can manage the data volume. And scalability in questionnaire is crucial to meet every stakeholder's needs in the system design. And the second reason we bring questionnaire is for standardization. So first of all is to establishing and adhering to set standards, guidelines or criteria to ensure consistency, quality and comparability. This is stated by the research paper we got from paper 5, 6 and 7. So basically standardization is to enhance the quality of the credibility of research outcome based on the question sets we provided. So every question we provide to the stakeholders must be the same to reduce bias. And the third reason we're doing questionnaire is for anonymity. So questionnaire can offer respondent the option to provide feedback anonymously. This to encourage more honest feedback by keeping responses confidential and private. And this is stated by the research paper we got from 5, 6 and 7. And this is important to ensure that stakeholders' involvement is safe and open, and to build trust with our stakeholders. The fourth reason we're doing questionnaire is for time efficiency. This ability allows us to collect, analyze, and act upon feedback in a timely manner to drive continuous improvement and enhance program quality. This is stated by paper 5, 6, and 7. Time efficiency also important to reduce overhead and ensure tasks are completed within the set time frame, and it is important for both parties. And the last reason we're doing questionnaire is for quantitative data collection. This method involves gathering numerical data and statistically information through closed-ended question like scale question to measure and assess various program aspects, and it enables researchers to gather rich insights for decision making, and it also drives continuous improvement initiative and enhances the overall quality of the programs. Thank you.
Finish. For my part, I'm going to explain about the interview, what are the reasons to carry out the interview, and also what we get from the interview. So for the first point is for better understanding. Interview allow for in-depth conversation with stakeholders, including donor, nurse, and doctors, to understand their unique perspective and needs related to the blood donation system. In the paper wrote by Jonas in 2016, interview enables researchers to delve deeply into a stakeholder's viewpoint, providing insight that may not be apparent through other methods. This understanding is very crucial for the system. The second point is clarification of requirement. Through interview, we can seek clarification on ambiguous requirements or conflicting expectations from different stakeholders group. In the paper wrote by Kitchenham and Griffitham in 2002, interview provides a platform for stakeholders to articulate their needs and preference, helping to ensure the system functionalities align with their actual needs. By this, we can minimize the risk of misunderstanding and design a more effective system. The third one is customization. Each stakeholder group, including donors, nurse, and doctors, may have a unique requirement and perspective regarding the blood donation process and the online management system. Interview allow us to tailor our approach to each group, ensuring that their specific needs are addressed. This customization is essential for fostering stakeholder engagement and acceptance of the system. According to the Perry and Bodkin 2003 paper, interview enabled researchers to adapt their questioning technique to the characteristic and preference of different stakeholder, enhancing the relevance and effectiveness of the elicitation technique process. The last reason to carry out the interview is to identifying implicit needs. Stakeholder may not always articulate their requirement explicitly during interview. However, through a probing question and open-ended discussion, we can uncover implicit needs or expectations that may significantly impact the success of the system. As noted by the Ledbridge 2005 in the paper, interview provides researchers with the opportunity to explore stakeholders, understanding motivational and consent, revealing insight that may not be captured through structured survey or questionnaires. By identifying and addressing these implicit needs, we can design a system that better alignment with the stakeholder overall. I'm going to explain about what we get from the interview. So for the first point is a clear understanding of stakeholders' needs. Through interviews, we gain a comprehensive understanding for the specific needs and priorities of stakeholders such as donor, nurse, and doctors. Interview enable the detailed conversation that reveal the unique perspective, experience, and requirements of this different group. According to Jones, the paper 2016, these methods allow the researcher to develop deeply into the stakeholders' viewpoint, providing an insight that may be apparent through other registration techniques. The next point is alignment with the stakeholder expectations. Interview also help to ensure that the system design align with the expectation and goals of the stakeholders. By providing a platform for stakeholders to articulate their needs and preference, interview helps to clarify any ambiguous requirements or the conflicting expectation. Kitchenham and Preferingam in 2002 highlight that this process is essential for aligning the system functionalities with the actual requirement of the stakeholders. Third thing we got from the interview is a comprehensive requirement. Another significant benefit of interview is the identification of a wide range requirement encompassing both functional and non-functional aspects. Functional requirements certain to the specific features and capabilities the system should have, while non-functional requirements related to performance, security, and usability criteria. Perry and Bodkin in 2003 emphasized that interview allows researchers to adapt their questioning techniques to uncover a comprehensive set of requirements from a different stakeholder. And lastly, rich insights. Interview provides a rich, detailed insight directly from a stakeholder to open-ended conversation. This discussion offers valuable input on stakeholders' perspectives, experience, and expectation, which are critical for the success of the system. Ledbridge in 2005 note that the interview offers researchers that opportunity to explore stakeholder underlying motivation and concern, revealing insight that the structured survey or questionnaire might miss. By identifying and addressing these implicit needs, we can design a system that better aligns with the stakeholders' overall objective. Thank you.
Let's talk about the design plan that we designed for the elicitation techniques. So there are a few elicitation techniques we mentioned. So what's the design plan to the stakeholders and how we are going to conduct? So that's what I'm going to talk now. So first, the first stakeholder is donor, as I mentioned just now. So the elicitation technique that we choose is questionnaire. So what is the purpose of the questionnaire? The purpose is to gather feedback and insights from donors regarding their donation experience, preference, and suggestions for improvement. Reaching a large number of donors efficiently without conducting individual interviews can emphasize the scalability. So why we choose questionnaire as an elicitation technique for donor? As we know, donor is a huge, it's a large number of people in the community, in the community themselves. So it's very, it's not like if we are doing interview means it's not quite okay to find one-to-one to go find and them and do interview. So questionnaire means we just have to do a form and spread to the community, so it's easy for us to reach a large number of people. So what is the structure and format of the questionnaire? So first of all, it begins an introduction. Introduction means their name, their gender, male or female, and also their category of ages that we can split into three, which is students, adult, and also senior citizen. This is because different age of people will have a different type of ideas, opinions, and based on their experience. Second thing is demographic information, which will hold their current location, where are they staying. Third thing is the donation experience, which means is they donated, is they have the experience. If yes means what is their experience, if no means why no. And then the preference, what they prefer. And another thing is a feedback. Feedback is what's their opinion on blood donation system that we are going to create. And last one is closing. It's like appreciation for them to thank you for doing the questionnaire. So next, let's talk about the method of recording information. So yeah, we're doing questionnaires. So there are two phase we can doing by digital form and also physical form. So and third thing is the record responses. Of course, we are doing a questionnaire, so we have to record responses that we already get from the stakeholders. So first is a distribution and collection. The technique is to distribute the questionnaire to a large group of donors through email, social media, or then donation center. So let's say for digital formats, we can spread through email and social media such as WhatsApp and so on. And so physical form means we can place it at the donation center. So whoever come for the blood donation, they can take the letter and feel free to answer the question. And we should also set a deadline for the responses. The deadline is once we set the deadline from within the period of time, we will get a certain number of responses. So based on that, it's easy for us to analyze and do data analysis. So last one is analysis and reporting. Analyze the response to identify common themes, trends, and area for improvement. Second is prepare a report summarizing the findings and include recommendations for enhancing the blood donation process based on donor feedback. So what I really meant here is like, yeah, we are doing a questionnaire, we already got the responses, so what we are going to do next? So we are doing this to get an idea. It's a name itself a requirement elicitation. We want to know the ideas, the interests of the people in that system. So of course we need to know what they are really needed. So from this analysis and reporting, we will do a data analysis to get a spread of data or statistic, and based on that we will do a data analysis. For example, you can use a Microsoft Excel. The Google Sheet itself will prepare data for us, a chart in using a percentage form. So based on that, we will design a report to send to the technical team so that they can proceed with their technical plan.
The interview for stakeholder nurse is to understand the current practice, to gain insight into how nurse currently managing the donor's registration, screening, blood collection, and post-donation care. Next is identify the pain point, identify challenges and in existing process such as time-consuming tasks, data entry error, and communication gaps. Capturing system requirements, gather specific requirements and preference for the new system. Explore improvement opportunity, discuss the potential improvement and innovative solution that could enhance the effectiveness of the system. Address training and support needs. Determine the level of training and support nurse requires to effectively use the new system. Those are the purposes of the interview. And the format for interview, the stakeholder nurse, the structure and format are semi-structured interview, open-ended question, and quantitative data. Semi-structured are basically a framework or set of core questions, but the interview are flexible to explore topics more deeply. Open-ended questions are typically open-ended, allowing respondent to provide detailed, not like giving direct answer, but giving the opinion of the one who we interview. Quantitative data is semi-structured interview focused on gathering quantitative data such as opinion, experience, and perceptions. The interview format first started with introducing what are the purpose of the interview. Next, warm-up question. Warm-up question is like asking general questions. Next, core question. Core questions now is related to our system. What are the main challenges you face during the blood donation setup and pre-screening? How currently access donor medical history and information? What features would make the registration and screening process more effective? How you handle post-donation care and follow-up? What kind of alert and notification would be helpful for managing the donors? These are the core questions. Next is closing question and conclusion. Closing question is like, what are the features that you may think that can improve the system? And conclusion is, yeah, saying thank you or for their participants. Process of recording and documentation information for interview stakeholders. Audio recording during interviews. Assign note taker to document the key points. Compile interview script, transcript, notes, and recording in structured format to retrieve the information or any requirements information from the interview.
We look at a doctor's interview. Purpose of the interview is to gather information into specific need of challenges and requirement of doctor to manage the blood transfusion and understand the current practice of blood transfusion that doctors are conducted. Then now we look at structure and format of interview. First, we do introduction, which we ask doctor's name and their experience in how many years experience in the blood transfusion. Then we go to the discussion main topic of the questions, like we will ask about current blood pulse treatment and inventory management practices they have done in the hospital, and challenges are faced when blood transfusion process. And then we ask about the desired features and functionality in the system we are doing, that is blood management system. Then for the support decision making in real-time data access, we will ask, is it important to have real-time access data in the system, and how can it help to make this decision making of a doctor? Then at last we will ask about doctor's expectation in the system for performance, usability, and support of service they needed. Lastly, the conclusion, we will thank the doctor for conducting the interview with us, and we will share our contact information with them. Now, for the method of recording, first we will do an audio recording, and we also take some couple of pictures when we do the interview. Then we have a detailed note taking the main points of the interview, and at last we'll put it in a transcript, full detail from start to end of the interview, details of what the interview.